Okay, now we can move to the last question, part E, question 1, part E question, uh, which is the work transfer. Now we have to find the work transfer. The symbol of work transfer is we already know W. The work transfer is W. How to find the work transfer? Here we already in advanced level we have studied about first law of thermodynamics. Okay, what is the first law? First law of first law of thermodynamics. Thermodynamics. If we want to find the work transfer, we have to uh, consider about first law of thermodynamics. Dynamics. Okay, first law. What is the first law of thermodynamics? Which is first law. The first law of thermodynamics is energy can't be created or destroyed. The energy can't be created or destroyed. That's the first law. Therefore, there is an equation that W, sorry, Q is equal to 2 delta U plus W. Here I am here and I am using my own notes also because sometimes if I directly teach sometime I may make any mistakes. Therefore, I already write my own notes here. Then I teach you. Therefore, I can minimize the time and also I can reduce I can minimize the errors mistakes also. That's why I'm watching my own notes also. Okay. Now we are discussing about the first law of thermodynamics. That is Q is equal to delta U plus W. The first law of the thermodynamics is energy can't be created or destroyed. We can create, that's the law. We can create energy or we can, not only we can destroy the energy. Energy can't be created or destroyed. That's the first law of thermodynamics. That's the equation. If we want to say the first law of thermodynamics in equation, this is the first law of thermodynamics. First law. This is the equation of first law. We derive this equation from first law. Energy can be created or destroyed. How to memorize this? Simply, if we consider about the alphabetic order of English letter A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q. This is Q. R, S, T, U. This U. V, W, W. This is in alphabetic order. You can memorize quickly. Because in exam time, sometimes we may get confused that Q is equal to delta Q plus W or delta W is equal to Q plus Q. We can confuse in that time because exam tension. Therefore, for simple, please memorize that. Please memorize in alphabetic order. A B C D F G J K L M, A B C D F G Q R S T U V W. Okay, W. This is the simple method to memorize. Therefore, we use Q is equal to delta U plus W. We already know. The Q is already given. This is the what is the value of Q? Q is equal to already know 175. 175 kilojoule. Q is equal to 175 kilojoule. Delta U. We in last video we discussed about that. Delta U is equal to internal energy. Delta U is internal energy, that is 138. 138.194 kilojoule. This is the internal energy of the gas. W. This is the work done. This is the work done or work transfer. We can say in many ways. Uh, Work W means work done or work transfer, all are same. If really what is Q is equal to delta U plus W, which is what is first thermodynamics, first law of thermodynamics. It's very simple. Please assume that this is a different high quality balloon. Okay, this is a very different high quality one. There is gas, there is gas, there are gas inside. There is real gas in inside of this balloon. Okay, this balloon, balloon. If we increase the temperature, in really in practical, if we increase the temperature, the balloon will blast. No, don't think too much about here in our thermodynamics. Please assume that we increase the temperature. We we give get, we give energy heat to our balloon. Okay, we if we input energy heat to the balloon, the the gas inside the balloon will get the gas inside the balloon will get consumed in the heat. Therefore, the heat of the gas will be increased. Not only the heat of the gas, we can say that delta U, internal energy. The internal energy of the gas, not only if we increase the temperature, if we input if we input heat to the balloon, alone the the internal energy of the gas will be increased. Therefore, delta U, if you increase Q, delta U will be internal energy. If we Q is heat transfer, no, if you give heat, the internal energy of the gas will be increased. Not only we already know the volume of the balloon, the volume of the balloon also will be increased. If this is if this is in initial state, in final state, the volume of the gas will be increased. Okay, if we want to do any work, we have to give energy. If we want to move this thing to this side, we have to give force. We have to give energy to do this work. Okay, that's also if we increase the if we give the heat to the balloon, the volume will be increased. Therefore, if we want to increase the volume, we have to the, there will be work work done. There is a work we are doing no. Therefore, some energy if we give some energy, we give 175 kilojoule to the balloon, but here delta U, the if you already know 175 kilojoule, no. If we input the 175 kilojoule to the balloon, the internal energy of the gas only if you find delta U is equal to 138.194. Why is delta is not why delta U is not equal to Q? That is the reason we are discussing about in the first law of thermodynamics. Okay, that's a that delta Q is equal to 175, but delta U is equal to approximately 138, 107. Where is the other energy? That's the energy used for another purpose to increase the volume for any other purpose, purpose. Okay, sometimes energy loss like that. Here we use that to find the work transfer. The question is determine the work transfer W. Here that the equation is Q is equal to delta U plus W. Delta U plus W. We already know 175 kilojoule. 175 kilojoule. You already know this is plus no plus. What's the meaning of plus 175 kilojoule? Because we give energy to the gas. If we get the energy, if we get the energy from the gas, the Q will be minus. because it is a delta q, no, really this q is delta q difference, q2 minus q1. If we get the energy in final stage, the energy of the gas will be decreased. They have a minus. It's very simple. If they have a q plus means we input them heat to the gas. Delta u already know. We have find that 138.194 kilojoule. We have to consider about this kilojoule also, because we must substitute in same value. If we substitute in here joule, it must be joule. Therefore, uh, we can uh, we can su- we can minus directly. Otherwise, yeah, if we didn't, if we substitute here joule and kilojoule, the answer will be wrong. Therefore, must we please must one use joule here and here, or other method is use kilojoule and kilojoule here. But best method is use kilojoule, because mostly in thermodynamics we give final answer in kilojoule, because it's big energy, no. Therefore, we use kilojoule. Therefore, this is the best method. Substitute in kilojoule for everything. Substitute the value in kilojoule. Therefore, Q is equal to delta U plus W. Q is plus 175 kilojoule. Delta U 138 plus W. This W is we have to find work transfer. Work transfer or work done. We can solve in many ways. Therefore, W is equal to 175 minus 138.194 kilojoule. If we find the final answer, W will be the work transfer or work done is equal to 136.860 kilojoule. Okay. Uh, Here this is the work done. We already discussed about we done. This is the final answer. The 36.806. 36.806 kilojoule. This is the final answer. Now we have done all the questions of question one. Okay. Now in next video we can discuss another question. Okay. Bye.